Good evening and welcome to the Channel Studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5. Peru has more than doubled its COVID death toll following a review, making it the country with the world's highest death rate per capita. That's according to Johns Hopkins University data. The official death toll is now more than 180,000, up from 69,000 in a country of about 33 million people. Prime Minister Violeta Bermudez said the number was increased on the advice of Peruvian and international experts. It comes 6 days before Peru is set to hold a presidential runoff election between leftist Pedro Castillo and right-wing candidate Keiko Fujimori. Indigenous groups in Canada have demanded a nationwide search for further graves after the discovery of the remains of 250 children at a former residential school. The find sparked outrage, prompting some in Canada to lay out tiny shoes at makeshift memorials. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said that searching for more mass graves was an important part of discovering the truth, but did not make any specific commitments. Canada's residential schools were compulsory boarding schools run by the government and religious authorities during the 19th and 20th centuries. A new report by the UN nuclear watchdog shows that Iran has failed to explain traces of uranium found at several undeclared sites.
So what we agree is what we agree, and there are no conditions or conditionalities. Absolutely not.
The findings are possibly setting up a fresh diplomatic clash between Tehran and the West that could derail wider nuclear talks. The United Nations watchdog hasn't been able to access data important to monitoring Iran's nuclear program since late February. The country started limiting inspections in a bid to put pressure on US President Joe Biden to lift crippling sanctions reimposed by Donald Trump. One of the Sicilian mafia's most notorious killers, believed to have murdered more than 100 people, has been released from prison after 25 years behind bars. Giovanni Brusca, who set off the explosive that killed anti-mafia prosecutor Giovanni Falcone in 1992, is now a free man. Brusca was the right-hand man of the so-called superboss Toto Riina, who died in prison in 2017. He was arrested in May 1996 and sentenced to life for more than 100 murders. Gunmen have attacked and wounded Uganda's former army commander, killing his daughter and driver in an assassination attempt. Witnesses say men on motorbikes fired several shots at the vehicle carrying General Katumba Wamala near his home in the capital Kampala. Soldiers are guarding the hospital nearby, where Wamalala is being treated for injuries that are said to not be life-threatening. The leader of Western Sahara's independence movement is due to appear before a Spanish court to answer allegations of torture and genocide. Brahim Ghali, head of the Polisario Front, is being treated for COVID-19 in northern Spain and will testify via video link. Ghali and other leaders of the group are accused by human rights groups of crimes including genocide, murder, terrorism and torture. He has denied any wrongdoing. The French Foreign Minister has called for strict adherence to Mali's transition timetable by military authorities and reiterated France's condemnation of the coup in the country. Mr. Jean-Yves Le Drian said France shares the absolute priority given by the Economic Community of West African States to be the presidential elections on the 27th of February 2022 under the strict conditions outlined by the heads of state and government. Mali has had 2 coups in 9 months, with the military junta leader Colonel Assimi Goïta declaring himself transitional president. The first national Olympics team to arrive in Japan since the Games were postponed have touched down. Australia's softball squad waved to the media before making their way to a nearly 2-month training camp in central Japan. Everyone on the team and their coaching staff has been vaccinated, and officials say they'll be required to take a COVID-19 test every day of their stay. And finally, one of the wildest competitions in the world has made its return to the UK, the car jumping championship. Drivers in the southern British county of West Sussex attempted to fly over a line of cars to become the undisputed 2021 car jumping champion. They were judged in 3 categories: elevation, distance, and reception from the crowd. And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the Channel Studios in Lagos.